हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। तो BLF 226 के टॉप इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे। तो जिसमें हमने प्रीवियस वीडियो में क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 से लेके 11 तक हमने डिस्कस कर लिए। आज हम क्वेश्चन नंबर 12 से डिस्कस करेंगे। क्वेश्चन नंबर 12 है डिस्क्राइब द नीड एंड मेथड ऑफ स्टॉक वेरिफिकेशन इन लाइब्रेरीज। तो इसमें टोटल 23 क्वेश्चन इम्पॉर्टेंट है। तो आज हम स्टार्ट करते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 12 से। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 12 है डिस्क्राइब द नीड एंड मेथड ऑफ स्टॉक वेरिफिकेशन। स्टॉक वेरिफिकेशन इज द फिजिकल चेकअप ऑफ द टोटल कलेक्शन एट रेगुलर, मोस्टली एनुअल interval. During stock verification, borrowers are required to return book they have borrowed. Library are close to the user community. Book are verified with the help of accession register. Need of stock verification. Stock verification is necessary because it minimizes pilferage and fraudulent practice. It ensures accuracy and usefulness of document. It brings about reconciliation of the stock record and document. It identifies area for more disciplined document control. It backs up the balance sheet stock figure. Stock verification is the task of the material audit department. Verification may be continuous or periodical. Now the method of stock verification. Stock verification with accession register, a dummy of accession register, stock verification with book card, numerical counting method, stock verification with self-list card, sample stock verification through blank slips. Stock verification with accession register, a team of 2 persons is constituted to carry verification. 1 person read the accession number loudly. The person holding to the register locate the number and put a tick mark on the number, preferably with pencil. Second, dummy of accession register. To save the original accession register from getting shabby with cutting and marking, stock verification is carried out with a dummy of the accession register. Third, stock verification with book card. The method needs formation of 2 teams to carry out the work. One team collects book card from book and arranges them by serial order of the accession number on card. The second team tick mark the relevant accession number in the register and replaces the card in the book after they are rearranged in classified order. Fourth, numerical counting method. The simplest method of stock verification is to count the total collection available in the library, add to it the book out on loan and with the binder together with book awaiting processing, and compare the figure with the number of book in the accession register. 5. Stock verification with self-list. Stock verification is an additional catalog of collection which is arranged and kept in exact parallel way of book in the library, sequence-wise as well as self-wise. Stock verification with self-list gives more reliable figure of missing books. 6 is stock verification. Sample stock verification. Sample stock verification is carried out to get an idea of the vigilance system of the library. 7. Stock verification through blank slip. Stock verification through blank slip is very much like the verification with book card, with the difference that instead of book card, uniform size slip are used. So this is question number 12. 13 is discuss the various approaches to deal with resistance to organizational change. 6 approaches to deal with the resistance to change. First is education and communication. This approach is used when resistance is the result of the lack of information or inaccurate information and analyze. In this case, it is better to educate and communicate people who are going to be affected by the change. Second, participation and involvement. This approach is useful when the changing authority does not have the full information about the change. In this case, it is better to involve the employee in the change process as it lowers the chances of resistance to change. Third, facilitation and support. Sometimes people resist due to some adjustment problem like fear from the anticipated change. In these situations, it is advised to the manager to support the staff fully and force them into the new situation. Fourth, negotiation and agreement. This method is useful when people fear of losing something due to change. In such condition, the manager offers some incentives to them. Fifth, manipulation and co-option. Co-option involves the patronizing gesture in bringing a person into the change management planning group only for the sake of appearance rather than their substantive contribution. Explicit and implicit coercion. This approach is used when it is essential to implement the change speedily. In such case, changes is forced upon the employee by making clear that resisting change may lead to losing job, firing, transferring, or not promoting employees. Number 14 is Hawthorne study. The Hawthorne studies were among the first studies that demonstrated the importance of the human side of the organization. This study is important because it shows that employees respond to managerial effort to improve the working environment. Employees respond to being allowed to make decisions that affect their work pattern and job behavior. Informal group of workers through which an individual employee acquire a feeling of belonging and being welcome. But Hawthorne study indicated that these informal groups can be positive force helping management to achieve goals. The informal group need to develop a sense of dignity and responsibility and need to be recognized to a constructive force in the organization, and the worker must feel that he is needed and welcome in the organization. So this is question number 14, Hawthorne studies. Question number 15 is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's theory is based on the fact that man is perpetually wanted being and a particular need may be satisfied but not need in general. These needs have a definite sequence of domination and can be arranged in a series of levels. He identified 5 levels of need as given below. psychological need, safety needs, social need, esteem need, and self-actualization needs. So this is question number 15. Question number 16 is sources of finance funding in library. Various sources of fund for library as follows. First, the main source of finance for an library is regular grant from parent body or national state government. Second, local library cess and support from municipal and other provincial authority. Third, ad hoc grant from other department, institution, private, national agency, endowment and charitable institution, and certain foreign or international support. Fourth, fine and miscellaneous sources. Some library impose fine on late return of book as well as for loss or misuse of library card and book. Income from the sources vary much. Self-generated fund. Library usually render their services on a non-profit basis. Charging from library science is fairly a recent phenomenon. Fees, subscription, sale of service, and miscellaneous revenue earned by the library. Sixth, gift and donation. In this day of pressing need for money to run library services, all possible sources of funding need to be explored, and if necessary, lobbying for fund. Taking library clientele into confidence is not wrong. This is question number 16. नंबर 17 है बजटरी मेथड ऑफ टेक्निक। तो जो हमने क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 में पढ़ा है वही सेम इसमें भी है, तो ये रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन है इसलिए मैंने डिस्कस नहीं किया है, ये सेम क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 की तरह है। नाउ द क्वेश्चन नंबर 18 इज इम्प्लीकेशन ऑफ ICT डेवलपमेंट एंड ई प्रिक्योरमेंट एंड ई डॉक्यूमेंट। सो stupendous growth of ICT during last 2 decades has touched every walk of life, including library. With the event of internet, e-commerce has been a great success. This development has made two broad implications on financial statement of library and information center. Firstly, the way procurement and money are handled, received, paid, or transferred has substantially changed to become simple and almost instantaneous. Library could send their order for document and order electronically by downloading order from the website of many international agencies. There is no need to enter bibliographic information or personal institutional detail in such a process. The second implication of ICT development is concerned with digitalization and procurement of e-document. More and more libraries are becoming digital, at least hybrid in terms of their collection. In fact, acquiring, creating, or subscribing to digital collection has dramatically changed the collection building process of library and information center. The outright purchase of one e-document is only a minor part of acquisition of e-document. So this is question number 18. Is financial management. Financial management is not just managing cash or providing funds. It is the study of the principles and practices involved in financial operation of an institution, industry or state. Finance function is the task of providing fund needed for the enterprise, that is procurement of fund and their effective utilization. It deals with the problem and procedure of acquiring, distribution and effectively utilization fund, balancing of revenue and expenditure and accounting of the entire transaction for better control and evaluation. In other words, important phase or component of financial management are financial planning, forecasting of receipt and disbursement. Realization of fund and revenue, allocation of fund, utilization of fund, financial accounting, financial control, financial auditing. So this is question number 19, financial management. Question number 20 is causes of deterioration of library method. Causes are internal or inherent causes of deterioration. External causes of deterioration. Internal causes of deterioration. Internal causes in fact exist in structure of the material concerned and work from within to lead to deterioration or disappearance of recorded information. First, paper-based material. Deterioration of the paper-based material in the library collection as a major problem became a matter of concern for librarians in the middle of the 20th century. It was more serious in case of books published between mid-19th century and early 20th century. The strength of the paper depends on length of the individual fiber, strength of bonding of fiber, and the process through which pulp is made. Second, ink. Ink used in printing from early 19th century began to be made of iron gall, which contained ferrous sulfate. Through oxidization, it formed sulfuric acid. Ink together with paper acidity led to loss of texture from the paper. Third, leather. It has been found that leather used in binding after 1830 lacked protective salt earlier available in leather. This was due to change in method of tanning under pressure for more leather of binder. Such leather became dry over a period of time and began to break up. Fourth is photographs and film. As the productive of photograph has many different chemical process in the capture of images, photograph also have a wide variety of aging properties. External cause of deterioration. External causes have been categorized quite differently by experts. The following are, however, some common causes: light, temperature and humidity, environment, pollutant and dust, biological agent and disaster. Light causing deterioration in three ways: through intensity, through exposure of the material under light for a longer hours in a day, and through longer period over a year. The two extremes of the light spectrum carry ultraviolet and infrared radiation. Both are known to be as deteriorating agent for library material. Temperature and relative humidity. Temperature and relative humidity are linked parameters. Both play a major role in preservation. Simultaneously, fluctuation in two parameters is very harmful for life of the library material. Being organic in nature, material expand and contract as moisture level changes, but compared to fluctuation in temperature, fluctuation in relative humidity has a much greater impact on collection. Excessive humidity led to proliferation of fungus in all organic, mechanical and magnetic carriers. Biological agent include mold, insect and rodent. Mold weaken and stain power and Obliterates images. Insect like cockroaches, silverfish, termite, and beetle causes damage to library material all over the world. Air pollutant also called environment pollutant in the form of gases like sulfur dioxide or nitrous oxide and ozone emitted from factory or motor vehicle causes deterioration through acid attack or oxidation. Solid pollutants like dust, dirt, and sand particle are source of growth of biological agent. Human being cause damage and deterioration through various acts of omission and commission. Library material are damaged both by library staff and user community. The impact can be seen under following broad head: negligence and lack of respect from the material, theft, vandalism. Staff negligence can be identified at various stages. At the stage of planning buildings, such as lack of provision against effect of ultraviolet and infrared radiation. In maintenance of building and equipment, such as overlooking, regular cleaning and dusting in stock area, maintaining poor security system for library asset, organizing environmental system with an eye for comfort of reader rather than protection of life of material. Negligence by user community. Development in printing technology have created a situation of plenty, inavailability of book, and the respect for book has gone down in the same proportion. Paper edition have created an attitude of read and throw among the readers. Theft and vandalism. Vandalism include damage to library building as well as its collection during war or due to mob fury on the so-called ideology ground. In many cases, it has been found to be case of simple deviant behavior. Mechanical deformation. Mechanical deformation take place in mechanical and magnetic carrier due to mishandling of replay equipment. In case of mechanical carrier, it result into scratches and deterioration. In group which magnetic carrier suffers several deficiency in playback process. So this is question number 20. Number 21 is stock verification. Stock taking or stock verification is the physical checkup of the total collection at regularly, mostly annual interval. During stock verification, borrowers are required to return book they have borrowed. Library are close to the user community. Book are verified with the help of a session register. On completion of checking, list of missing book is prepared and placed before the authority for writing off to lost material. The concept of stock verification might have its origin when books were scarce and were to be strictly guarded for their safety. Librarian was supposed to be more a custodian of the stock than the facilitator in providing access to user to the desired information. A system of counting the number of volume at regular interval was in place to ensure that all copies were in place. The attitude was understandable in the period when books were handwritten and paper were yet to be made by machine. So this is question number 21. Is weeding. Removing book not needed for one reason or other from collection of library is called weeding of book. Another term used for weeding is deselection. Weeding is also called relegation in some countries, although in case of book are not discarded but transferred to a secondary storage area. Weeding has been defined as the practice of discarding or transferring to storage excess copy, rarely used book and material no longer in use. It has been defined as removing non-collection from the primary collection area. Libraries have some policy of removing unwanted book from their collection. As for disposal of some book is concerned, libraries have two alternatives before them: either transfer them to some secondary storage if they have one, or discard from the library. So this is question number 22 is weeding. Now the question number 23 is Browning system. Each member is given as many pocket type membership card as the number of documents he is entitled to borrow from the library. The card bear name, address and membership number of borrower. The borrower present book from borrowing along with library card. Counter staff take out book card from the book and put it into the pocket of the library card. Stamp the due issue date on the date slip in the book and give to the borrower. The borrower present book for borrowing along the library card. Counter staff take out book card from the book and put it into the pocket of the library card. Stamp the due issue date on the date slip in the book and give to the borrower. The book card along with the borrower card is filled behind the date guide in charging tray. When the book is presented for discharging, the staff with the help due date in the book take out from the charging tray the relevant book card along with borrower library card. The book is put on the trolley for selfing and borrower get back library card. So this is question number 23, Browning system.